guys. Like, I just wanted to do like a check-in video. Let's just check in with each other. Um, this is a safe space. What do you think? You know, like, I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. The last couple days, like, and I don't, like, just tell me what you guys have been feeling, because the last couple days, I think that I was just kind of like continuing on at first, and I was just like, whatever. But then I kind of noticed today, like, I'm like, why am I having such a hard time getting out of bed? Like, am I okay? Like, am I getting sick? And then I was like, no, I'm probably just emotionally, I'm the kind of person. So if you don't somehow know what I'm even talking about, like, we're about 1 minute in and I haven't said exactly, I'm having a hard time saying it out loud that we just had another terrorist attack in our country. Like, we had a terrorist attack, and if you don't think it was a terrorist attack, you can go ahead and unfollow. That was a domestic terrorist attack. You know, this is the second one we've lived through since 9/11. Congratulations to millennials. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's probably been more than that, or smaller ones, or whatever. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, I think that after that happened, I was just like thinking that, like, oh, I'm in general okay, and I'm going on, etc. But then, like, the truth is, I've been having a hard time getting out of bed. I can't focus. I'm not doing anything. I can't even, like, concentrate to order my books for, like, my next semester of grad school starts in, like, 2 weeks. And I'm just like, I can't even, like, I was just, like, I was, like, getting mad at the, and my hair is wet. If you notice my hair is wet, just ignore it. I don't know. Like I said, sis, I don't know. I need to make a doctor's appointment. I haven't called to make that. Like, I think part of me, like, subconsciously is like, what's the fucking point? What's the point? I just feel like everything is falling apart, and what's the point is kind of like how I feel. So I'm like, a part of me is like, I don't want to, like, do anything, like, or make any plans for just ignore me doing that. Just, I don't want to do anything or make any plans for the future. Everything is stupid. There's no point to anything. Like, I'm almost like why get a filling in my tooth? For what? For our country to explode next week? You know, like, I don't know. Like, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. And I know that there's probably people who are handling it in, like, a very intellectual way, but, like, that's not my way. I think my way is, like, just trying to process things emotionally right now, and then, like, think, like, in bigger terms and political terms second. Because, like, you can't really, like, engage your full intellect if you don't unpack your own personal feelings first, because then you're just gonna go into the situation, you know, guns a-blazing psychologically, and you just need to calm down and look at things more objectively and intellectually. So that's not what this is. This is not intellectual. This is just emotional ramblings about living through yet another fucking terrorist attack. Like, how are you feeling? Like, what do you guys think? Like, how are you guys dealing with this situation? I just don't, like, if you're American, like, what are you thinking right now? Like, if you're not American, share your feelings, because everything that happens everywhere affects all of us. So you're probably looking at this shit like, okay, if something pops off in America, what does that mean for us? Like, what does that mean for us in Canada? What does that mean for us in Mexico? What does that mean for us all over the world? Who's gonna take over? If they do, what if they succeeded or whatever? What if Trump said, I'm not going to go sit down. I'm not going to sit down. I'm not going to relax. I'm really going to get these white supremacists and take over this country. Then, like, are you scared all over the world? Like, oh shit, like, they're really gonna let this nigga take the fuck over. And it's just, I'm just feel like hopeless, because I'm like, what is the point? What is the point of anything? Like, seeing the police, like, seeing what happened wasn't surprising to me, but I'm always, like, kind of confused about what it is that Trump and the people who support Trump really want. I'm genuinely confused. I don't know what are they going to do? Are they going to flail around with nonsense and bullshit like they kind of did at the Capitol just to assert dominance? Or are they really going to try to, like, turn America into, like, North Korea? Like, I don't know what else to compare it to. And, like, don't, like, if you're Korean, I'm so sorry. Like, don't get mad at me if I'm making a, like, ignorant comparison or whatever. Or, like, Mussolini or, like, Nazi Germany. I don't know. What exactly is the end goal? Like, what exactly are we going to get to? How far is this going to go? Is that what they want? Or do they just want someone with white people's interests and power just maintaining the level of status quo we have right now? How far do they want to go? Like, that's my question. And, like, I think that's what's scaring me is, like, I can't really tell, like, are they satisfied with the status quo as it is? Or are they going to try to take shit further and go crazier and get even more and more fascist? Like, I don't, like, and are they organized enough to? Will the military stop them? Like, do the people in the military, are they going to react? Like, when the police just stood there and let them come into the Capitol, it to me was upsetting. And, like, was I super surprised? I wasn't surprised that they attempted it. I wasn't all the way super shocked or surprised that they got as far as they did. But I think that the thing that kind of is upsetting and shocking to me is that they got so far and that the police did so little. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think the thing that was... So to me, I'm like, okay, where do your, like, allegiances lie? Do their allegiances lie to, because that's not the Constitution. Like, that's not what the Constitution says, like, even though, like, the Founding Fathers were racist and had slaves and all this stuff, they didn't write into the Constitution people should be slaves. Like, that's not, they didn't write into the Constitution and then this and then this. They made other laws that were racist. But it's like, do they really care about the Constitution, or do they just interpret it as justifying anything to keep people different out of power and out of any decision making? I don't know. Like, I'm just what do they want? I'm just like, what do they want? What were they trying to accomplish? And what is Trump going to say? And, they're telling these stories about how some of the Republican senators and some of the people in the cabinet had to be grabbed by their collar and pulled and forced out because they would not voluntarily just get up and walk and evacuate. That was shocking to me. Like, that part, it was just, I'm just like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, what do you think is going to happen, bitch? Like, what do you think this is? You see what I'm saying? And then, like, people taking selfies with the protesters. I was really shocked by that. Like, shocked. It's like shocked but not shocked. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. And I think, it's like that phrase that keeps going around social media, a threat to freedom anywhere is a threat to freedom everywhere. So it's like, when people really feel like they don't support other people having equal rights, so much so that they will let people storm the Capitol and take selfies with them, and they're in the position of being the police officer. So, like, let's say they brought out the National Guard. What was the National Guard going to do? Take selfies and stand by as well? What would the military do? Because, and this is another video that I actually do want to make, there's a woman I live in Fayetteville, which is right next to Fort Bragg. Actually, I work on Fort Bragg. Like, I've mentioned it a handful of times. I work in a school that serves the children of military members on the military base. And there's a woman from the military base who was there helping lead. And she's some captain or something. I was just, what am I supposed to say? I don't know what to say about this stuff anymore. Like, I don't know what to think or what to say or... anything. I'm just like, what the hell? You know, like, because like the military is in general much more diverse than probably the police department or whatever, like the local police or even the state troopers or whoever. But like, I don't know, just the reason that countries fall is because the military follows a dictator. You see what I'm saying? The reason that countries fall is because people are willing to fight armed and become like an armed militia and an armed force under the ideology of one person that's not in the main government. So to me, it's just scary because it's like, are KKK members, white supremacists, really ready to just take over the country? And is Trump really going to be that person? Do Trump's relatives really support this? How far is it going to go? I think that's literally like the whole question. That's like the key question. How far, what are they really thinking? How far are they really willing to take it? You know, it's just so hard. I don't know. I just don't know. And that's like where I am, just like unpacking it mentally and emotionally. I just am like, what the hell? So yeah, I just guess that's the end of the video. What else is there to say? Like, I just don't know what's next. What's the point of anything? What's gonna happen? And like, even after Biden comes into the office, what is gonna happen with these white supremacists? Are they going to take care of them and do something? Like, because, and then there's people saying that some of the people didn't want to certify the votes because they felt like in danger for themselves. They were getting death threats that if they certified the votes. And I'm like, girl, well, you banter to these people. You cater to these people who are violent racists. Like, that's what you decided to do. You decided that those people were your base and that they were going to come out in full force for you. So now you're scared that, like, the government isn't based around, like, I know there's a lot of white supremacy in the government, but like, everything that goes on is not completely based around and cannot move and function based around the level of ignorance and violence in the base that you stoked up. So now you have to participate in the government and do your job, and they are threatening your fucking life. Well, what do you think? How do you think Black people and people of color feel? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I clearly don't know. This might just might be one of many videos I make about this, because I just felt like I was rambling, and I feel like I want to say things a little bit more clear in another video. But anyway, just checking in, and I don't know.